Hi everybody, welcome to Old Guy's Garage. Hey everybody, welcome back, good to see you. Today I'm going to finish putting the fuel filter in the QuadraJet. So it's something I attempted to do like a year or two ago, but I was afraid I was going to twist the fuel line as I was trying to undo the fuel line from the main brass insert that's in the front of the carburetor. So was able to bust it loose over the weekend. Couldn't find a local part that I needed, and that was the nylon O-ring. That's very specific for this carburetor, so it doesn't leak fuel. So got all the parts today. I'm going to go ahead and put the new fuel filter in and start this thing up. So I actually did put the new fuel filter in over the weekend, but it was leaking fuel, so I shut it off, but it did fire right up. So let's see what we got. Alright, so I got this here from QuadraJet Power LLC. So this is the brass piece that fits into the front of the carburetor. This goes into the carburetor. There's a fuel filter. I did get the ones with the check valve. This keeps fuel up in the carburetor, so after you've started your car from a cold start, it's easier to start the rest of the day. This is the spring here that goes in the carburetor. I don't know if I got more of these or not, but this one looks like it's in relatively good shape. So, and let's see, what else did I get here? Got the fuel filters, and got the fuel filters here with the check valves. Might just put this one in, it looks a little cleaner. This one's by Fram, and this one here, I'm not really sure who makes this one. But might just go with this one. And then these here, I bought a pack of these O-rings. These are what's needed to go in the carburetor to keep a leak from happening. So, well, let's get to it. And that's the old fuel filter. Not sure how long he's been in there, but that's the old one. Looks pretty bad. And that's the new one. Yeah. So there's a closer shot there of that nylon O-ring. So I'm going to push him into the carburetor. Then I'm going to put the spring in. Then I'm going to put this guy in here and go in this way and turn it, tighten it up, and then I'm going to put the fuel line in here. And then I'm going to reconnect everything and start this thing up. Alright, so I'm going to push this rag down and out of the way here. I don't have to worry about any fuel leaking. Ooh, man, oh man. Wish there was a way to pretty this thing up, but I'm considering putting a different carburetor on here entirely and removing all of this smog stuff from the car, including replacing the distributor cap and all that stuff. So let's get to it. I'm going to go ahead and take this O-ring here and insert him into the front of the carburetor there. Kind of see. Okay. Now we're going to grab the other parts here, the fuel filter and the spring. Just make sure you put the check valve towards the fuel filter side, not the carburetor side. Wow, that's a little tricky, ain't it, guys? Alright. Got the fuel filter. And try to keep this guy from going in on an angle. Looking pretty good, I think. I reckon. Alright. For this big thing up front here, this big guy, I just use a crescent wrench. I'm going to leave it at that. Fuel line here is 5/8. All right, so fuel line is 5/8. I'm going to pull back on the line and get the nut here going. To pretty much get that in all the way. Tighten it down, and then this is where you take your crescent wrench and make sure you don't over tighten that brass fitting. Okay, there we go. All right, and then we're just going to finish. All right, then we're just going to finish reconnecting what we disconnected here. I disconnected this plug for something. I'm sure my manual tells me. I've also got another vacuum hose I need to reconnect. It's this one here. Goes down here at the bottom. I just make sure I push him on so he's just right up against the carburetor. And then this guy here goes in there. That's more like a pressure fit. And I think everything else here, this goes to air cleaner. Yeah, so we're just going to reassemble the air cleaner here. And we'll start it up. So that's it, pretty much reassembled here. You know, when I did take the fuel filter out originally, you know, I did loosen up the fuel line from this fitting here. So I was very careful not to make sure that this, you know, this guy bent in any way. And then I also used some liquid wrench on there because he's been on there a while. Did take quite a bit of torque, so whoever did it originally or last, torqued it pretty good. So got it back together. I do have my light here handy, and I also have my flashlight to check for fuel leaks. All right. Well, I'm going to tap my gas twice like I normally do. Oh boy, wow, that took a lot that time. It's running pretty good, so I'm going to take it for a test drive, provided we don't have any leaks. I am leaking fuel, so I have to take this off and make sure I tighten it up. Well, it's looking good. It's not really leaking anywhere like it was. So I think I still might have a leak on this side of the carburetor. I'm going to see how it does since I fixed this. I actually put 2 nylon O-rings in there and then tightened it, and it looks like it's working really well. So I'm going to get the rest of this put together and let's go for a test drive. All right, it's put back together. Running good. Let's take it out for a spin. All right. Getting on the highway here. Pull seems better for sure. It doesn't seem like the carburetor hesitates as much. So, oh boy. Yes, it's sunny out. All right, I'm at a stop here, so let's just get on it a little bit. Some hesitation, second gear scratch. It's digging for third. There we go. That was a good pull. I'm gonna let off the gas here and the transmission will shift into overdrive. There we go. I'm gonna try it again here. Second gear scratch. It's still pulling really good. Nice hard second to third shift. How anybody can drive something like that as noisy as it is all day is beyond me. Alright, so still loving how that 204R with the BRF Buick internals is shifting. It's shifting awesome. Car is definitely wanting to go a little bit more with the new fuel filter. So don't forget to check yours. If it's brown, you may want to change it. So, but yeah, really good. So happy with the car's performance. So I wish I would have done the fuel filter before I left for Power Tour. I guess I got lucky there that we didn't have any serious leaks or anything, or else I may have had to try some kind of rubber O-ring or something, because the nylon ones that are specifically made for this carburetor are pretty hard to find, at least at local places, AutoZone and Advance and O'Reilly's. So at least I haven't found them there. So, well, all right, everybody. So that wraps up a pretty quick tip episode here. So the car's running like a dream. I wish I would have put the front shocks on before I left for the Power Tour. You know, the front shocks, obviously the tires, but the new fuel filter is definitely helping out here. You can definitely feel it in the performance. So, and I just had somebody pull out in front of me. So yeah, everybody, thanks again for tuning in. Hope this video helped you out in your ride with your QuadraJet. So I like the carburetor. It's always been dependable for me. It's always been something I can count on, especially after a cold start. So the thing's never let me down. I know it's a little old. Probably should rebuild it, but again, as I mentioned before, I'm looking into redoing the engine bay in this thing. As long as the 307 holds together, get the emission stuff off. So that's why I haven't really wanted to invest the money in a rebuild on the QuadraJet, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep it or not when I rip the smog stuff off. So anyhow, just remember, man, whether it's a muscle car, a classic car, a race car, your dream car, let's keep them running, and I'll see you next time. To sign off, I had a Jefferson County Sheriff behind me, so I guess not the thing to be doing is videos with the cop behind you. I didn't know. So anyhow, toodles, we'll see you. There we go.